Back in January, I launched my first ever 12-week year. Now, the 12-week year is the process laid out in this book, The 12-Week Year. And the tagline is, get more done in 12 weeks than others do in 12 months. And they do that by focusing in on 1, 2, maybe 3 goals at a time. 3 sounds very ambitious to me. And you just hunker down and put all of your efforts toward that one thing for a finite amount of time. I love this so very much. So I started that in January with the intent of simplifying my family's life, starting with meal planning. I am hit or miss when it comes to meal planning. I am not great at it. And I'm responsible for the vast majority of food production here in my home, which is totally great. I got to readjust here. My foot is getting irritated. I wanted so badly to figure out a process that could become an autopilot thing for me, and I flopped. I did not succeed in my first 12-week year, and it was my only one. So it's kind of challenging to say I'm going to do the thing and then wind up either not doing it because things get busy, or not doing it because you realize that other things are a higher priority, or not doing it because you just don't believe in yourself. For me, it was the first part. It was truly, I guess it was a combo of the first and the second. We were very busy in this past winter with, I homeschool my children. We were doing a bunch of activities for each of the kids involved in our church community. And we were snowboarding a lot because winter. And so it was the wrong season. And so I put that aside and decided I will pick it up later whenever I have the capacity in our lives to do that. This summer was really the right time to do that, but instead I opted out. I chose instead for us to have an unhurried summer, and we just did summer. But now it's fall, and I am starting to regret not having picked this up over the summer to do, because our lives are exceptionally busy, and trying to create food every single night is a huge challenge. And with our extracurricular schedule for this school year, I'm really regretting it, because we are spending a lot more time in the afternoons and evenings doing the mom taxi, dad taxi, running around from a bunch of different places to make sure we meet a bunch of different times, running back to the house, trying to figure out who can eat when. It's new for us. We've always homeschooled, except for one little blip where the girls did a private school for a few months. But we've always been pretty well in charge of our own schedule. And we've been limited on the number of extracurriculars that we have done. And even those limited extracurriculars have felt busy, but this year it's just like amplified. And I think it's going to be good, because it's actually putting my feet to the fire to finally do something with meal planning and doing it effectively for my family. So meal planning doesn't actually come very naturally to me. I can do it for a short, finite amount of time, and then I fail because I get bored, or I think that the system doesn't require any maintenance to carry on. So I'm working to figure out a system that will work as long as I maintain it. This requires a lot of brain power, and brain power means your body needs electrolytes. And I am going to do a shameless plug for Salty. This is my favorite electrolyte brand. I love that there is never any maltodextrin in any of their Salty brand products. I don't even think that the KetoChow sister company has maltodextrin in it. They are highly focused on making sure that they use quality ingredients, and they put their electrolytes in the proper ratios so that your body can get what it needs. The neurons need both sodium and potassium to fire properly. That's something new I learned. You can always learn something, right? And now they've launched the newest flavor in the Salty family, and that is the Radical Grape. And I gotta be honest with you, the Radical Grape, I've got it right here. It tastes just like grape soda when you mix it with seltzer water. Salty is part of my daily life. It's a part of my husband's daily life. We love having electrolytes. Now listen, there are dozens of electrolyte companies out there, and you have to find the one that you like the best and that fits best with your objectives. I have just found that Salty is the right choice for me and my family. If you are interested in grabbing some salty for yourself, specifically this new radical grape flavor, there is a link down below in the description box where you can get that for a discount. It is an affiliate link, so it does give me a tiny kickback while saving you some money. In January, I was so excited, so amped up. I had it all sorted out. Like, I'd already gone through the trouble of figuring out my tasks in order to accomplish all of the meal planning and sort of the tactics to get through it, how I was going to prep ahead, how I was going to make some stuff for the freezer to make life easier for me during lunch hour for my children. I had it all worked out, but the execution of those tasks was where I fell off, really. And I follow a lady called Jen, and her YouTube channel is Time and Tide Plans. She shows a ton about her index card system. Now, she did not create this system. She found out about it from, I think it's the Sidetracked Home Executives. I think that's the lady's names. It's like a book from many decades ago. Basically uses index cards for you to like write down your daily tasks and shuffle them through. So that way every day you're doing something either for the betterment of your home or for your work tasks or for managing your kids, like all of these things. And it was a way to not forget appointments and stay on top of all of the things that you have to stay on top of as someone with a family, or even if you don't have a family. I feel like it's an applicable system no matter who you are. After the YouTube algorithm had served me Jen's channel, I was obsessed. I loved this system, and me and my kids have been using this consistently for like, I don't know, we're coming up on 2 years perhaps, and it has helped us with our daily tasks for keeping up on our home, for making sure we have all of our appointments laid out, for making sure we know what's happening next. And Jen, she also has videos showing you how she does the 12-week year in her index cards. And so I think that I'm going to attempt to do another 12-week year. I'm not going to be as aggressive as I was back in January, just because I know with this season being so busy, it's not, I don't want to set myself up to fail. And I think that the snowball effect, you know, like the Dave Ramsey snowball effect, where you start with one little thing and then it turns into the next thing and it rolls into the next and the next and the next, and then you have an avalanche. I'm trying that with goal setting. And I think that that can be really useful for my brain. And so I've been working on just trying to line myself up with foods my family likes and figuring out when we need to eat at home, when we need to eat separately, when we need to eat as a family, and just tackle all of that in a way that doesn't drive me crazy. And I think that's ultimately where I land, is I want to accomplish this for me so I don't feel like I'm constantly spiraling out of control. Have you tried the 12-week year? If you have, what kind of things have you done in order to be successful with it? I'm really curious to know what the actual success rate for the 12-week year is in general, just because like that would be interesting to me. So that's all I got. I'll see you in the next video.